And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to week 2, sessions 3 and 4. There will be 2 videos, one for session 3 and one for session 4 for you to watch. I hope you find these videos helpful. Some of you have mentioned that you do, although I'm under no illusion that everyone likes them, but I hope they do some good. So let's take a look at what we have to do for session 3. Less reading this time around. Everybody say yay. And a little bit more writing. And I think I mentioned before that the reading, there's a lot of it front-loaded. It does get better. So we're going to open up the session 3 folder and see what's there. I want to point out we're going to be doing some peer editing in sessions 3 and 4. And as you're reading what other folks in the class have written, keep in mind, peer response is not really about correcting or fixing each other's drafts. If you see something that is egregious, a sentence that's out of place, a lot of typos or misspelled words, yeah, go ahead and point those out. But really what you're going to be doing is reading for ideas, and did they answer the questions that were asked? It's up to the individual to fix their own technical mistakes. But if you see some, go ahead and point it out. And as you turn in this initial post, everyone will be getting feedback from me. Now, because this is an accelerated course, I will read things and send you feedback as it gets posted to the discussion board. I don't have any one day that I'm going to do it, just that I'm going to do it as it comes in. And what you'll get from me is an email sent directly to your email address, and it will have a document from me with corrections, underlining, highlighting, things like that that say, I think you could do this better, or I think you did this really well. And the whole point of it is that when you turn on the final version at the end of session 4, you've got the best draft possible. So session 3 is devoted to doing a rereading and an evaluation of something you found in the core readings, not in the textbook, in the core readings. The learning activities, chapter 24, citing sources using MLA. Don't read chapter 25, which is about APA, because we don't use that here, just chapter 24. There is a PowerPoint on critical rereading, a review of your core reading, which is the article you picked out to write about, and I'll show you again where the core reading is, just in case. There's a second PowerPoint on principles of peer response, and 2 supplemental resources, one on peer response demonstration, and one on MLA practice activity. Because these are supplemental, as I've said before, you don't have to do them. If you need them, there they are. If you think you're good, well, that's your choice. The assignments and assessments, your initial post is in session 3. Your responses are in session 4, but they're both due this week. And our next deadline will be Sunday, June 21st at 11:55 p.m. Writing project 1, peer response, and an MLA exercise. Another short quiz. Piece of cake, right? And look, there's tutor.com again. I think maybe they want you to use it. And it's free. And by the way, if anybody does send something into tutor.com, send me a note, send me a text. Tell me what you thought about it. Did it help? Did it not? Here's your textbook and what you're going to read under MLA style. These pages, don't read these. I'm not going to open up the textbook because I'm trying to keep this short. Here is a PowerPoint on critical rereading, and I'm not going to open that up as well because I know you'll do that yourself. In session 3, here is the folder for core readings. Again, you need to pick one of these. I'm not going to pick it for you. You can write about whatever one interests you. And under each file folder, there's a variety of articles, occasionally a video. Some of them are nonfiction, some of them are fiction, doesn't matter. And they're all designed to get you thinking. You only have to pick one. It will probably take you a little while to find that one, but once you find one you're happy with, then you're done. Mouse is getting away from me. So there's the PowerPoint on critical rereading. It will help you with the discussion board. There's the folder for the core reading where you're going to select your article you're going to write about. Here is another PowerPoint on principles of peer response. I won't open this as well. Just a reminder, once you click this and it does open, once you're looking at it, hit F5. It'll make it full screen. It's a lot easier to navigate between the screens. A supplemental video and a supplemental MLA practice activity. Speaking of MLA, because we're now starting to do some of our own writing projects, you're starting on the first one, it's great if you include a citation. Of course, you're only going to be citing one thing, and that is the original core reading article. Please include some quotes, especially if you disagree with what's being said. Quote them first and then give your response. Now, the MLA practice activity, if you're not familiar with MLA, is designed to get you to understand how to cite something. Here's another way. You can always go to a website like Citation Machine. Once you get better at this, you probably won't need Citation Machine, but if you're starting out, citationmachine.net. If you click on MLA, it will prompt you to give some information about what you're citing, whether it's a book, magazine, newspaper, website, etc. It will, if they have it in their database, will find it for you and will give you the citation. Is it okay to use this? Well, I'm showing it to you, so it must be. I won't go through the entire website. That would be take forever. But if you're not good with MLA citation, this is one way to find a workaround on how to cite things. Let's go back to the class. Yep, that's it for the learning activities. Let's go take a look at the assignments and assessments. Session 3. And there we go. This is what you have to do for the first week starting June 15th. You're going to do a critical rereading about something you find that you like in the core readings. And after you've read that, here are 8 questions. You have to answer at least 4 of them in your initial discussion board post. Your initial discussion board post is a draft. You will get feedback from the other folks in the class, and you will get feedback from me before you turn in the final. And the final will be due June 21st, so it's in your best interest to jump on this quickly. And you can write about any of the following. What do you know about the author? What do you know about the genre? What do you know about the intended audience? And this is, what do you know about these things based on the article itself? You don't have to go look necessarily a whole lot of things up. You may not be able to answer any of these first 3 questions. You only have to answer 4. Everyone should talk about this one. What is the main point of the core reading? Tell us what they're trying to say. What is their argument? What are they describing? What's the whole thing about? You obviously liked it. You picked it. So tell us what it means. What evidence does the author use to support their main point? What is the most interesting? What is most confusing? Or what part did you disagree with? And what kind of language or style does the author use in the core reading? Your original post should be at least 200 words. And let's go take a look, because I believe as of today, there's one already there. And excuse me, I don't remember who posted it first. There's always, well, somebody's got to be first, right? Let's take a look. Looks like Matt Lewis did it. Does the internet really make you dumber? Which I believe is an article by Nicholas Carr. And notice Matt did this in MLA style, which is fantastic. I didn't say this last time. You don't have to use MLA style for this post because I didn't mention it before, but I encourage you to do it. And he did this exactly right. Look at that. His name, my name, English 111, and the correct date. Now, when did he post this? Oh, I can't see the date. But he put the due date, 14 June 2015. And this is well in excess of 200 words, which is great because you can write as much as you'd like. The 200 words is a minimum. So good job, Matt. You will get my thoughts about this very, very soon. But that's where you're going to put your original draft in the discussion board. And it looks like he included it as an attachment, and he also posted it, which is fine. And this isn't liking me, so I'm just going to go back through class sessions. So once you write your original response, your original draft to the core readings, it goes in the discussion board. Let's see what else remains for session 3. Again, there are the instructions on what you're going to respond with to your article. Okay, 2 more things for session 3. Peer response. Here are the instructions. Once we get a bunch of original drafts posted to the discussion board, pick 2 of them and respond to them. And while this is opening, as I mentioned before, the goal of response is not to proofread for somebody, although you certainly could do that to a minor extent, but to review their ideas. Did they answer the questions to your satisfaction? So you're going to find drafts on the discussion board. Choose drafts to review. You have to do 2. Write peer response using the following questions: A, B, C, D, and E. Of course, because this is a discussion board, you simply click on reply, and you'll give them feedback based on these. And some specifics. Respond to 2 drafts. Post them as a reply. Answer 4 of the 5 peer response questions. Of course, writing complete sentences, and I think that refers to just don't put bullet points. Minimum 200 words per response. And you get graded on your responses, so I'll be reading them. That's it for that. And then MLA exercise, citing sources using MLA style. It's a short quiz. And this goes through to the publisher site. I showed you where it is. I don't know that I need to launch this. That might take too long. And it looks like that might be it for session 3. So another video coming up covering session 4. As always, reach out to me. That's why I'm here. Text me at 812-498-4200. Call me at 800-416-1747. Email me anytime. MSTENGER and the number 1 at ivytech.edu or MSTENGER@metlife.com. That's it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one.